Hi there, today we're going to have a look at exercises to strengthen the feet if you've had a foot drop as a result of a herniated disc. So we're going to start by coming to sit onto the ground, and generally if you've had a herniated disc, your back muscles will be quite tight and quite tense, which means that when you come to sit down onto the floor, you're likely to be quite curled in, compressed in the lower spine. So just to change that and to give you a little bit more height and to work the back at the same time, we're going to sit onto either a foam yoga block if you have it, or onto a couple of blankets or a pile of books. And we're going to start by working through the feet. So using a strap or a piece of elastic or a belt or a tie, we're going to bring the strap around the sole of the foot, use it as you wrap it around the knuckles to work into the heel as you stretch the foot away and draw the ball of the foot in towards you. Now with a foot drop it's going to be quite challenging to do this because literally the muscles just drop out to the sides. It's very difficult to draw the foot in on its own accord, which is why we have the strap here. So draw the ball of the foot in, press the heel away, lengthen through the spine, ground the tailbone down towards the floor. Take a couple of breaths, keep the shoulders nice and soft, keep the neck nice and long, stay with the breathing. And then we can just release the foot, pointing the toes gently away, and then again pressing the heel away, and pointing the toes away, and pressing the heels away, trying to draw the ball of the foot in. So we've got the toes pointing upwards towards the face, a strong extension through the back of the leg, and we're helping to strengthen and tone the ankle muscles. We'll swap to the other side. So as we come forward, it's important as well, if you're suffering from a herniated disc, not to just bend forwards greater than 90 degrees. So if you need to, you can always bring the leg in and loop the strap around it in order to find the correct positioning. And again, if the foot's dropping out to the side, then you're going to have to use the strap to draw it in and try and strongly press the heel away, and then again work the toes away, and then again stretch the heel away, and again work the toes away. So just continuing with your breathing, inhale to draw it in, exhale to release out. Taking that same action just a few more times with the breath, checking that your shoulders are soft, that the face is relaxed. It's an easy flow of inhale and exhale. And over time, it'll start to get a lot easier for the muscles in the feet to feel under your control. They'll work of their own accord as you start to move them, rather than just having a dim awareness of something going on in the side of the foot. And as we release then, this time, we'll use another block. So again, if you haven't got a yoga block, you could use a pile of books, or even a couple of cushions could probably work as well. Something perhaps that's a little bit firm and steady that you can put in between the inner arches of your feet. And obviously if you've got a severe foot drop, it's going to be pretty much impossible to hold the block in place. So again, we'll use the strap in softening the knees if you need to, so you bring the strap round to support the feet. So with the strap there, the feet can't drop out to the side. But in order to strengthen the ankle muscles and in order to strengthen through the calf and the shins, we're going to press the inner arches towards each other. And you should feel then a sense of work or strengthening up through the inner ankles, up through the inner knees, up through the inner thighs, all the way up towards the pelvis. So we're really working on tightening the muscles there, on strengthening them as much as you can. Perhaps you can feel the kneecaps pulling up a little bit. Keep the hips and the pelvis down, the shoulders soft, the neck nice and long. And then when you're ready, breathe out just to release. Again, we'll take this a couple more times. So squeezing in, nice length through the spine, shoulders relaxed, an easy flow of breath. Trying to work the inner arches of the feet as much as you possibly can, which will help to stabilize through the inside of the legs and lift. And then releasing. And over time, I'm going to work one more time, squeezing in. Over time, collapsing in the pelvic floor, in the thighs, in the knees and in the ankles will put more pressure on the lower spine and more pressure in the outer hips. And as we've got strength and tone in the inner arches, inner knees, inner thighs, and the pelvis. This will help to support and to keep the pelvis mobile and strong. And then we're going to just release. This time we're going to come over onto all fours. So just drawing our way over onto the hands and the knees. Just coming to settle over onto all fours, and we'll keep the toes turning under as much as we can for now. So we want to have the toes turned under, and obviously if your foot isn't responsive, we're going to need to reach back and turn it under itself. Keeping the toes turned under, we'll let the heels press away and slowly lower the hips just as much as you can down towards the heels. So if the feet are very tight, or if the feet really drop out, you might need to come up just a little bit. And what we're going to try and do is press the inner ankles in towards each other. We can come so far down so we can rest the forearms onto the floor, so we can rest the forehead down towards the ground. But take a few moments just to breathe into that stretch through the feet, where we're helping to define the inner arches, where we're helping to keep the toes supple, where we're stretching out all the plantar fascia, all the connecting tissue on the sole of each foot. But at the same time, rather than just letting the foot drop, we want to have a sense of drawing the inner ankles in towards each other at the same time. So we're trying to work the inner ankles in. So we're building strength and we're building tone in the foot and support for the musculature around the bones. And after we've taken a few deep breaths here, inhaling, we'll come all the way up to all fours, and then very gently, very carefully, we're going to lift the hips all the way up, stretch the spine back into what's known in yoga as downward dog. So a big inverted V positioning, and just pad the feet, walk the feet up and down onto the ground. So this is beginning to pull the shin muscles up, and pumping the ankles a little bit. And again, helping to work a little bit more pliability, a little bit more movement, but also a little bit more strength and control through each foot. Letting the neck go, letting the head release, keeping the hips lifting. We're also decompressing through the spongy discs in between the vertebrae in this movement, opening up through the back. And then when you're ready, as you breathe in again, we'll lower both knees all the way down onto the floor. Again, using the arms for some help if you need to. We can let the feet release. We'll draw the big toes together, let the knees drop out to the sides, let the hips sink back down into the heels, and let the forehead lower towards the mat. So here we've got the lower back nice and open, so we're helping to let go of any nerve compression at the back of the spine. But also we're going to breathe into the back, breathe into the belly, breathe into the hips, soften the legs, and take a few moments just to rest and to relax here. So I recommend that you practice these exercises several times a day, and over a period of weeks or months you really start to notice a difference in the quality of control through your feet.